You win a women's division championship for the first time. You're the coach, you're the trainer. You serve your country in the army, and abruptly, life changes for you. You bore a child that you have never seen. You have nothing, so you take other risk in order to survive. But there's more. This is the life of Money Montana. Tune in live. You win a women's division championship for the first time. You're the coach, you're the trainer. You serve your country in the army, and abruptly, life changes for you. You bore a child that you have never seen. You have nothing, so you take other risk in order to survive. But there's more. This is the life of Money Montana. Tune in live. You win a women's division championship for the first time. You're the coach, you're the trainer. You serve your country in the army, and abruptly, life changes for you. You bore a child that you have never seen. You have nothing, so you take other risk in order to survive. But there's more. This is the life of Money Montana. Tune in live. You win a women's division championship for the first time. You're the coach, you're the trainer. You serve your country in the army, and abruptly, life changes for you. You bore a child that you have never seen. You have nothing, so you take other risk in order to survive. But there's more. This is the life of Money Montana. Tune in live. You win a women's division championship for the first time. You're the coach, you're the trainer. You serve your country in the army, and abruptly, life changes for you. You bore a child that you have never seen. You have nothing, so you take other risk in order to survive. But there's more. This is the life of Money Montana. Tune in live. You win a women's division championship for the first time. You're the coach, you're the trainer. You serve your country in the army, and abruptly, life changes for you. You bore a child that you have never seen. You have nothing, so you take other risk in order to survive. But there's more. This is the life of Money Montana. Tune in live. You win a women's division championship for the first time. You're the coach, you're the trainer. You serve your country in the army, and abruptly, life changes for you. You bore a child that you have never seen. You have nothing, so you take other risk in order to survive. But there's more. This is the life of Money Montana. Tune in live. You win a women's division championship for the first time. You're the coach, you're the trainer. You serve your country in the army, and abruptly, life changes for you. You bore a child that you have never seen. You have nothing, so you take other risk in order to survive. But there's more. This is the life of Money Montana. Tune in live.
Hey y'all, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Welcome in. We apologize for being a little bit late. Our guests, of course, had some things unexpected, and that's okay because we're still here, ready to jump into the interview. I'm excited to do this just to kind of get off of like the celebrity realm and all the things that they have going on, and just some real life stuff that maybe, just maybe, could help someone else as he tells his story. So we're going to jump in here in just a minute, give people a few more minutes to get in. Again, happy Saturday. Welcome in. hit the like button as you come in and also become a member. So let me just explain something. I was going to make this a members only. Oh, yes. Thank you. I was going to make this um, a members only interview, but when I talked to Montana, he was just like, maybe you could help somebody else or whatever. And I get that. And it makes sense. So that's why it's not a members only interview this time. But it's going to be worth you guys being here, and I appreciate it if you guys will share this video out, share this live out, and then interact at the end. If you have other questions for Montana, we will allow questions, but you can talk amongst yourselves, of course, in the chat. But if you want to come up, we'll allow people to come up at the end of the interview, just to answer questions or just to comment or whatever after this. So welcome. Thank y'all for being here. The link will be in the chat once we get to the end. So we'll, in about 30 seconds, 30 more seconds, we'll start. We'll get Montana up here. Come on up, Montana, so then we can start the interview. I'm excited. I'm excited. Just in case, I got my Kleenex because I'm a crybaby, but I think I'll do fine. I think it'll be okay. But it's gonna be good. It's going to be good. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. It was a pretty good live last night. Good conversation. We'll be back on track. I was thinking maybe I will do some of these, interviews, this people's personal life where they have a struggle to success or something very interesting that kind of keeps our attention. I think that Montana has a huge story to share with us, and just we respect him here, and Harlem got her popcorn. I got my Kleenex, and I'm about to run and get my drink, and I mean like a Pepsi. And then we'll get started, y'all. Let's get started. Share it out while I go run to the kitchen real quick to get my drink, and we'll get started. Montana, you want to come on up, and I'll let you in just exactly here in just a few minutes. Hey, Cherry. Hey, Cherry. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm back, and we're going to jump into this interview really quick as soon as our guests will come up so I can let them on stage. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. If you didn't remember to hit the like button, go ahead and do that. It keeps us in the algorithm. We are striving for 10K, y'all. We're headed to 10K. And so I'm excited about that. Thank you guys. It wouldn't be possible without you guys. So where you at, Montana? I guess probably if I did this, that this would probably get him up here. Almost there. Almost there. We getting there. Day at a time. One day at a time. We'll be at 10K. One day at a time. Thank you guys so much. It really means a lot. When we get there, we're going to have a party online. Okay, so the link is out there. Did you see it? So while we're waiting on Montana to hit the link, did you guys see the interview with Ray J on what's his name? On you might not have because y'all don't like Ray J like I like Ray J. So, but he was on Cam Newton. He was on Cam Newton's show. Y'all gotta go see it. My poor friend. My poor friend. All right, here's Money Montana.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thank you for being here, Montana. So you guys, we talked with Montana, and he wanted to share his story, which I think was amazing. It's not easy being vulnerable and telling your story, and so we appreciate you being here. We all support you, but we're just ready to hear it all. So before we do that, Montana, any way you want to do it, go ahead and introduce yourself to us.
I'm Montana, y'all. I'm one of the moderators here. Y'all see me in the chat.
Yep.
Y'all,
Okay.
y'all know. Okay.
No, I keep interrupting. Go ahead.
I talk my trash. So
Yes,
that's probably what y'all know me by. So
yeah. Yes, he does talk his trash. Harlem catches it. So anyway, let's get started. So you guys, I'm just gonna ask questions. It'll be just a conversation. So Montana, first of all, let's just start. Let's just jump in. We're gonna start back when what was life like growing up? Where'd you grow up at, and how was life at that time?
I grew up in a small town, Denmark. It's a country town where everybody know everybody. So if you live there, everybody know you. The surrounding areas know you. That's just how small it is. So,
Where's Denmark? Where is that? Like South Carolina?
yes, I can.
Okay. All right. And so as far as family, do you have siblings? Were you raised with your parents? Like what did that look like?
Yeah. I was raised with both parents. My mom and dad, they've been married like 40 plus years.
Do you have
Um, I
siblings?
have, I have like five brothers and five sisters, and one passed away last month, June 1st.
Yep, I remember that. Wow, that's a lot of siblings. So sorry to hear again about your brother, and it's hard to do that. So you grew up in Denmark. You had both parents. Was life good? Like, was it anything that you wanted to, if there was anything you could have changed about your childhood, is there anything you would have changed?
Um, I wish I'd have took, um, I wish I'd have took school more serious.
Hmm. Yeah.
Even though I went to college and all, I should have took it more serious and had like better grade results to have better opportunities.
Yeah. I always tell like my children they hate school, but later on you'll wish that, I mean, you'll be
Mhm.
glad that I stayed on you for going, at least graduating. You got to graduate, right? So
Mhm.
I understand that. So you went to college. After college, what happened? Where did you go? So first of all, where did you go to college?
South Carolina State University. That's a HBCU in Orangeburg, South Carolina,
What did you
and
make? Oh, sorry.
uh, a bachelor's degree in sports management and health and recreation.
Okay. And did you graduate college?
Yes.
So when you graduated college, where did you go? What happened?
Well, um, I wanted to get in the coaching world. Well, before college, I had joined the National Guard, to
Mhm.
help me pay for college and stuff like that. And with the National Guard, we wasn't really doing nothing or whatever. Basically, I just get deployed maybe one weekend out of a month, or say, for instance, if it's a town where they have hurricanes and stuff like that, we go volunteer to help clean up and stuff like that and save victims.
Right. So
But
basically, oh, it's
okay,
kind of delayed, Montana. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you.
go ahead, go ahead.
O-
You good?
Okay. So basically, so you felt like being, in the what was it, the army, right?
Uh huh.
That you really wasn't getting what you needed to get where you were trying to go, basically.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So during that time, you're in the army. Do you leave the army or do you go be a coach? Like, tell me how that correlates, how you get to coaching.
Um, well, at the school, I end up transferring from South Carolina State and going to Voorhees University because, growing up in a strict household, got a behind cut for everything I did. So when I got away from college, it was like, you know, I'm doing my own thing. I ain't under my mama and daddy eyes no more. I get to do my own thing. So it was basically like partying
Hmm.
and, partying every night, Monday through Sunday.
Yep. Been there, done that. Yeah. That's how when I initially went to college, that's how it was. I was like, how did
So
I get
so the
here?
term where they say turned out, yeah, I got turned out.
Yeah. Okay. So that's at Voorhees, but you actually become a coach, assistant coach and trainer at Voorhees. Is that correct?
Uh-huh. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. When I played basketball when I transferred, see, Voorhees didn't have a football program, so they only had basketball. And I played basketball there one season, and before I graduated. And when I graduated, the head coach, he was just waiting on me to graduate because he already wanted me to work for him.
Right.
So
And
all I did is had to graduate. He was just waiting on me. So the day I graduated, that next day he hired me.
right. Wow. So you graduated, you got hired on with Voorhees, and
Uh-huh.
tell me about your amazing experience with them.
Um, well, when I got there, um, I really didn't want to be there really because my passion was football, and so I felt like I should take that opportunity just to get my foot wet in the career, so it'll be easier for me down the line for
Right.
future accomplishments where
Mm,
I wanted to be at.
right. But you did it.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was the women's team. You coached, assistant coach for the women's team. Is
Yes,
that correct?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then what happened?
I was over training, conditioning, and recruiting, and I was going out. The school have vehicles that's owned by the school, and I used to take their vehicles out to travel to different states or other towns across the state and go out to high school games because with I had an NCAA coach pass, which is where I could go to any high school or any other college games for free, and I could bring two guest members with me for free. So I used to go out to different high school games and different girls that I had on my radar. Those are the schools that I went to visit, to try to, recruit them to come to Voorhees College.
Right. So during the time that you were coaching, like you said, you went to college, got turned out, was partying Monday through Sunday. Um, Tell us then what happened? While all of this good stuff is going on, like you graduated college, you're at Voorhees now, you graduated Voorhees, you get hired on the next day,
Mhm,
you're out recruiting women, girls for the to recruit them onto
mhm.
the team to come to the school. What took a turn?
Well, what took a turn was with the girls that I recruited. I already knew the team was going to be special because I felt like when it came down to my goal and career wise, I felt like it wasn't no coach in the NCAA that can that can you know uh, had any competition with me or the way I think and my philosophy for the game of football or basketball. I felt
Right?
like, when you go to those big schools like Ohio State, Duke, and all those, I felt like those coaches ain't had nothing on me. And I felt
Right.
like if we'd have played those type of schools, I would have cut their butt.
Right. So why did you choose Voorhees when you knew there wasn't a football team there and you knew that football was your first love?
Because with South Carolina State, when I did an intern with them or whatever as the offensive coordinator, and they wasn't really interested because I had no background.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. So you are still you're coaching and you're recruiting, doing what you need to do,
Mhm.
but then you get caught up in things that probably
Well,
tell us, yeah, get us
all
get
right.
us.
It started off with a bad week. I had a whole bad week that week. Um, I ended up getting suspended for 2 games
Why'd
because we
you
played.
get suspended?
Huh?
Why'd you get suspended?
We was playing a school called Mount State that's in West Virginia. They was like number one in the conference, and we was like number two. So we played. So with basketball, whatever team that's on the schedule, you play each team twice on your schedule. That means they come to y'all, y'all come to them.
Uh-huh.
So the first game we went to them. So I already knew what type of environment it was because it was like a PWI institution. So
Uh-huh.
you know how that goes because of HBCU because Voorhees was a HBCU.
Right.
So they beat us one time. So now we still tied up for the conference or whatever. Um, this was we tied up for the conference. So when they came to visit us, when the game started, the referee was making some bad calls. I'm telling you, some bad calls. Like you couldn't even put a finger on nobody. They was calling it.
Right.
And when one of the refs made a bad call, I came on the court floor to confront him about the call, and telling him about the rules and how the rules supposed to go. Quite sure you ain't reading your rules
Right.
if this what you calling. And he told me, he got in my face and he told me, he said, I've refereed 5 of their games this season. If this girl missed a shot, she had to be fouled. That's what he told me to my face.
So he did it, he did was calling it and it shouldn't have been called?
Yeah, it
Okay.
should have been.
I can see the frustration.
So I got a little frustrated and me and him started cussing each other out in the middle of the floor in the middle of the game where it was about to be some shoving.
Okay.
Because what he said really peed me off.
Okay.
And so campus security, after the game was over with, they set me down on the bench or whatever, told me that, just take a break for the night, we good.
Right.
So after the game was over with, I was walking the girls back to the locker room because we lost the game. And I'm going to the locker room to give them a speech, about the game, telling them where they messed up at, to get on their throat.
Hmm.
So on the way walking to the locker room, we got to walk past the referee locker room to get to our locker room. So I had one of the basketballs in my hand and I slammed it on the floor because I was mad
Hmm.
about that loss. And it bounced and hit the referee locker room door. So he come out and he was like, "Who the F threw that ball?" He looked down the hall. He saw me, and he said, "Yeah, you MFer. I knew you threw that ball, the same one that got in my face, in the
Right.
floor." So
Right.
we get in the hall. We get to square up in the middle of in the middle of the hall because it's enough of you now. So campus security escorted me off the campus and the school had to pay a $15,000 fine, and
Woo.
I was suspended for 2 games.
Woo. Okay. So after that, so you're suspended for 2 days. What are you doing? You had a bad week.
Uh-huh.
This is the game pissed you off. Now you didn't got into the rep. You're gone for 2 days. What is going on?
So during the time that I was suspended, that's when everything crumbled
Okay. And
during the
when we
suspension.
so what happened? Tell us more.
Uh, Gambling, and the guy paid me counterfeit money.
So let me stop you right there. So you're still not in your hometown, right?
hmm
You're
I'm
still
not in
out, yeah, on your own. So you're not in, what is it called?
Denmark.
Yeah, you're not in Denmark anymore. You're where, okay. So you start gambling, hanging out,
Uh-huh.
you're gambling in a gambling, whatever,
hmm
and you won and they give you counterfeit money.
Uh-huh.
What happens after that?
The guy that ran the poker house or whatever, um, I confronted him about the money and told him that the money was fake and you were responsible of making sure everybody get paid. And he acted like he ain't had nothing to do with that and he wasn't to straighten it out. So me and him end up getting into a fight, and he tried to pull out a gun to shoot me.
You and the guy that ran the house?
Yeah.
Okay. You ended up getting into it, and what happened?
He end up he tried to pull out a gun out his pants or whatever. So during the scuffle, when I saw what he was grabbing for, I grabbed him
Mhm.
because he about to shoot me.
Right.
So I grabbed his hand and I tried to slam him, and the gun shot him in the leg
Shot him
while
in
it
the
was in
leg.
his pants. Yeah,
Okay.
and it hit his artery and he bled out.
And did he pass away?
hmm
And then what happened, Montana? At that point when the gun went off, where did you go? What at that moment, what happened?
I had to go.
So you left,
hmm
and where'd you go?
to go hide.
Okay. And so you went to hide. The man is bleeding out. And so how did you know that he had passed away?
The next day.
Huh?
The next day.
So then what happens the next day?
I saw it on the news.
And did they mention your name like they were looking for
No,
you?
no.
Okay, so tell me more.
So after I had two co-defendants, and one of them, one of the people in the house recognized him, and he the one told it was me.
Why? How are they co-defendants?
Because they went with me there.
Just because they were there with you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and so because they went with you at the gambling house,
hmm
one of the guys were recognized, and the police picked him up.
They went to had searched his home and found some marijuana or whatever, and he was arrested for the marijuana that they found. And on the way there, he told them that he wanted to speak to an investigator about a homicide and his involvement. He just freely gave it
Right,
up.
right. And so when he talked to the investigator, he gave your name.
hmm Yes,
So
ma'am.
where was the other co-defendant?
He was still his name wasn't never well, it was
Yeah.
mentioning his name, but he was gone too.
Okay. And so whenever he gave them your name, did you stay on the run? Did you turn yourself in? Like who contacted you?
One of the investigators came to the college and came to my office, and I wasn't there because I was suspended.
Right?
And one of the head coach but the men's team contacted me and said, "Hey, police being here looking for you." Basically, was giving me a heads up
Right.
and told me that they left a ID, I mean their business card for me to contact them,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up contacting.
So when you called them, what was the conversation like?
Um, they interviewed me and I told them that I ain't know nothing or whatever.
Over the phone?
In person.
So they asked you to come down and talk to them.
Uh-huh.
And so when you went to talk to them during the during the interview, they were running things by you, like this is what happened, this is what we told, and you said you didn't know anything. Did they let you go at that time?
Yeah.
So when they let you go, where did you go? Like what happened?
I was at a friend's house where I was staying at, and about about 2 weeks later, they contacted me again, telling me that we need you to take a polygraph. So I had hired me an attorney or whatever. At that time, I had hired me an attorney, and the attorney told me that don't take the polygraph because they could still arrest you even if you pass it because it don't hold no weight in court. So I told him, he was like, well, we're gonna leave you alone. You good. Basically I was good. So he was like, well, we need you to come up here and sign, the statement saying that, you don't know nothing, we good, and we're gonna leave you alone. So they was asking me to come back up there, and I told them, I can't come up there at the moment. So they was like, well, we could come to you. So I was like, okay. So I told them where I was so we get this over with.
Right.
And they had the house surrounded.
Okay. And what happened? So I'll ask a question here. So they came where you were, they had the house surrounded, only you thinking you're going to sign papers and move on.
Mm-hmm.
So when you saw that the house was surrounded by police officers, what did you do? Like, who all was in the house? What were you guys talking about? What was going on?
I was with my mom and dad at that time.
Oh, you went home?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they came to your home.
And my mom and dad told me just go ahead on out there. If they give you a bond, I don't care how much your bond is, I'm coming to get you.
Right.
And my bond ended up getting denied.
So, okay, but we're missing some parts here. They got the house surrounded.
Mm-hmm.
You go out.
Yeah.
When you walk out, what happens?
They got tasers pointed in my face and guns.
And they tell you to get on the ground?
They just told me to put my hands behind my back.
Okay. And they never said what they were arresting you for, or did they tell you at that time?
No, they never tell me.
So they arrested you. They read you your Miranda rights at that time?
No.
When they're saying that you're, they're putting you in handcuffs. They didn't
do none of that.
Okay. So they take you down to jail. And when you get to jail, go ahead from there.
No, it happened in another county. So what they did was they just detained me and met up with the other county to transfer me over.
And so they had a certain amount of time to get you, or did they come and get you right then?
No, they came right then. They drove they met the county that everything happened in was 20 miles away. So they drove 20 miles to and met them halfway, and they took custody of me or whatever. And that's when they told me everything and read me everything.
Okay. And how old were you at this time?
21.
You were 21. And so when the other county gets you, read you your Miranda rights, they take you in a room and they interrogate you?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
What was the conversation?
Basically telling me that both of them telling on me and all this other stuff, try to get me to say something. And I never did.
You still said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So at that time, they kept you, they didn't let you go at that time?
No.
And why did they tell you that what did they tell you were being arrested for at that time?
They told me I was being arrested for murder, armed robbery, and first degree burglary.
Had
And
you
with
ever,
those,
go ahead.
so with those charges alone, that's 2 life sentences plus 30.
Yeah. And so, okay, so just to recap, they said murder, armed robbery,
Uh huh.
and what
And
else?
and burglary first.
Why is that? Why?
Because
Why burglary and why?
see here, say for instance, if me and you go, say for instance, you tell me to pull up, or matter of fact, me and you, like say for instance, me and you beefing,
Mhm,
and I pull like right now is 8:54,
mhm.
and I pull up to your house to fight you. That means I'm going there to commit a crime. I trespassing on your property, so it's considered burglary.
What? Burglary?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're calling it, are they calling it murder like in the first degree? Murder
Here they don't have no degrees on murder. It's just murder.
is just murder. Okay. So now you are being arrested at 21 years old. Had you ever been arrested for anything in your life before
No
that?
man.
So
No.
no prior convictions.
No.
So they take you to jail. You are sitting there and you go to court. So at court, what happens? And does your mom and dad show up for court?
Basically, well, during the time I went up for a bond, I tried to go up for a bond or whatever, and both of my co-defendants they had got a $75,000 bond for the charges because we all was charged with the same thing.
Okay.
So here, you don't get those type of bonds for those type of charges. Either you'll get denied or your bond will be in the 100,000s or a million.
Right. Right.
So I knew that them two had something going on
Okay.
because
So they
mine's got
finally
denied.
did get the other person?
Yeah.
And did the one person that told on you told on the other person too? Is that how
Hmm.
they? Okay. So all three of y'all are in. They get a $75,000 bond. What was your bond?
Mine was denied.
No bond.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was at court.
Yeah.
So when you go to court, so now you're thinking, I got a murder charge, I got 2 burglary charges.
Or burglary and armed robbery.
I mean, burglary and an armed robbery.
Hmm.
I'm 21 years old, never been in trouble before,
Hmm.
and these guys only got a 75,000. So you know something done happened with them.
Yeah, and the reason why they charged me with the armed robbery because the house that the gambling house, it was like you know how it is, like a little trap spot
Yeah,
type stuff.
yeah.
And I guess they found drugs, so they thinking that based off of their investigation, it looks like a drug deal going bad or a drug robbery going bad.
So at this trap house, there's drugs at the trap house as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, so in court, they was just like, you got no bond and you have a next court date.
Uh-huh.
At this point, do you still have your attorney?
Yes.
What is your attorney telling you how you're going to fight? Like, what is your fight? What are you putting up a fight? How are you guys going to fight this?
Well, in the court, when they got their $75,000 bond, my lawyer was like, Your Honor, I can't put up a defense for my client. He said you can, but it ain't gonna do you no good, and hit the hammer.
And that's because they done told it all.
Hmm.
Gosh. Okay. So you're going through the motions. You have your next court date.
Mhm.
What did it ultimately end up causing to happen to you? Like, when was this? Like, what year was this?
2012.
So in 2012, this all took place.
Uh-huh.
Today is this 2025 now.
Mhm.
So when you're going to court, how did you ultimately fight it? And then what was the end result in court? What was your what were you sentenced to?
Well, I sat for 4 years in the county before I even got sentenced.
Fight it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I wanted to go to trial, and my lawyer was telling me no. The best thing I could do is get you a good plea deal. Get you a good plea.
Why did he not want you to do it? Because, I mean, why did he give you a reason for why not wanting to take it to trial?
Because of the co-defendant statements.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So you don't take it to trial. You try to get a good plea. Did you take a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was your plea?
20 to 25.
20 to 25 years. So at this time, you're 21 years old and they gave you 20 to 25 years. How does that work when they say 20 to 25? Like, is it 20 or is it 25?
20. What it the 20? That means 20 to 25. Basically, the judge can't give you no less than 20 or no more than
More
25.
than 25. Gotcha. And so you get this time. Are your parents there when you get sentenced? Your family there when you get sentenced?
Yeah, they was there when I got sentenced. When they came with that plea, I jumped on that early. I ain't waste no time.
You said yeah.
Cause I'm doing the math on it. I'll be home. Still early and young.
You're still
Cause
young.
during the 4 years that I sat there, all I seen was people with my same charges getting life sentences and 40 plus years.
So
So I
you
was
went and
happy for that.
yeah, absolutely. So did they keep it as murder? Did all the three charges stick?
Only thing they dropped the armed robbery because they found out it wasn't no robbery. Do it
Okay.
further in the investigation. They dropped the burglary first to attempted burglary first,
Okay.
and dropped the murder to manslaughter, voluntary manslaughter.
Wow. I'm sorry, Montana.
So, when I first got, before I hired my attorney, I got a first cousin that's an attorney and a judge in another county.
Right.
So, my mom was begging him, to take my case, and he never took it, saying that he don't want to lose no cases or none of that stuff, like all this other stuff. Man, I'm your cousin.
Right.
Why you care if you lose? It's just a simple fact that you supported me and represented me.
That's right. And he said no.
Yeah,
Did you
but
feel like go ahead?
so I feel like at the end of the day, like um, I felt like I was betrayed by him.
Yeah. If he was able to come and represent you, regardless, like this is my family and I'm gonna fight as hard as I can for him, win or lose. I'm with him. Like that's the kind of loyalty
So
I have. Right.
so after I caught my time, he contacted my mom them, telling them, oh, he need to do this, put in a pill for this. Why you telling my mom all this? Because you could have did it.
Right. Like your mom is wanting you to do it. She probably don't even understand all that stuff. So did you do an appeal?
No.
Do
I ain't
you
want
feel
to,
like sorry?
I didn't, because I ain't want to mess with them people. I'm more satisfied with what I had.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter, what was on your side was that you were young.
Mm-hmm.
You still had a whole life ahead of you. It's just a matter of just making it through, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did you feel like your attorney, though, that you had fought as hard as he could for you and gave you the best advice at that point? Because I feel like you probably would have got hung if you would have went to trial.
Oh, yeah, I would have. I know
Yeah.
I would have.
Yeah.
But the reason why I was rushing it, because you just sitting for 4 years, this dead time, and I'm ready to go to court. I'm ready to get out of here.
Did the 4 years, was that good time towards the time, like that
Yeah.
all was counting towards the 20-year sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
So did you end up with 20 years or still like 20, no more than 25?
They gave me 25.
They did? Okay. So at this, I'm sorry about that. And so at this, so basically it was just at a moment, at a blink of an eye, your entire life changed. You were not used to getting in trouble. Like you wasn't in trouble with the law ever before. You were in the Army. So at this point, when you got arrested, were you still in the Army, in the service?
About 3 months after I got in, the first sergeant that's over my unit, he came as they called me for a legal visit, and it was him, and I had to sign off on he telling me that, I was being discharged and I had to sign off on the papers.
Was it dishonorable discharge?
Yeah, that means I can't come back
Yeah.
unless I get, this off my record.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Let me go. Let me keep going. So you get the 25 years, you're 21 years old. So at currently today, are you incarcerated right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And where are you incarcerated at? Or if you want to
Well,
tell that.
well, I don't want to disclose that.
Okay, you don't have to disclose that at all. All right. And then how many years have you got under your belt already?
13 and a half.
And how much you have left?
Like 5.5, 6.
5.5, 6 years, you can go home. All right. What do you, so then we talked about, so you're incarcerated, you're just trying to do what you can. And then how is your support system with you being there? Because you were so young and you've grown in there, right? But how is your support system from the time that you left to go behind the wall to actual prison? How has visits been? How has support been? Let's talk about relationships and all of that.
Well, of course I ain't had no money. I was calling home to get money, to get, canteen and hygiene and stuff like that. So I called my oldest sister um and asked her, can, I get $20,
Mhm.
to put on my books so I could get me some hygiene stuff, to brush my teeth, to wash my behind with. And she told me that she don't have it, that, you made that bed for yourself and you got to lay in it. And that was one of the worst things she ever said to me in my life.
Wow.
And I
So
couldn't talk to no,
go ahead.
I knew that I couldn't have a relationship or nothing that with her ever again after that.
Right. And so you have like a bunch of brothers and sisters. That has anybody come through for you and supported you at this point?
No, I
So
haven't
no,
seen, I haven't
go-
seen my mom and dad um, in 12 and a half, 13 years.
you
None
have
of my
not
brothers and sisters, I ain't seen them in 13 years.
you have not seen them in that long. They have not been there to see you. How far is where you are from your mom and dad and family?
50 miles.
50 miles and no
I
one
have
has.
a, my baby sister, my little sister, she's like 2 years younger than me.
Mhm.
And she stayed 5 minutes down the road.
And she has not come either?
No.
What what is the reasoning for them not showing up for you? Like
I don't know. Um, I don't really deal with her like that because I had asked her, for a couple of dollars, to get me something to eat. And I told her, if you don't have much, $20 is fine.
yeah.
And she told me I got to ask my husband first. Why you got to ask your husband and send your own brother $20?
And then even if asking your husband, did she send it?
No.
Okay. All right. And so she's 5 minutes away. Mom and dad's about 50 miles away, and everybody else, and nobody's coming to see you. Now, not only that, you had relations with a young lady before you were locked up. What
Mhm.
happened with this young lady? Like what came out of that?
Um, well, when I joined the National Guard or whatever, when I went to basic and AIT, um, I promised her when I come home I was gonna marry her.
Mhm.
And when I came home, she was going to school. She left. She was from my local area, and she was going to school at West Palm Beach in Florida. She was going to school because she wanted to be a pediatrician. And she was staying on campus, and she ended up she called me and told me that she was moving off campus because she wanted her own apartment. So we kind of got in an argument there, and I told her that'd be crazy for you to move off campus where you got secure campus security cameras and all that to move off campus around people you don't know, and you got two roommates in there that you don't even know, and you just living with strangers
Mm-hmm.
hundreds of miles away from home.
Mm-hmm.
So we end up getting an argument, and she told me, "Well, I'm gonna call you as soon as I get out of class or whatever." That was like around like 8:50 because she had like a 9 o'clock class or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So usually the time that she called me when she get out of class, she haven't called me, so I kept calling her, blowing her up, blowing her up. She would never answer the phone. So I waited like a couple of hours, call her back again, and later on that night, her mom called me and told me she passed away.
Well, how did she pass away?
She had a clogged artery
Oh my
and had
gosh.
a heart attack. Huh?
How old was she?
Like 19.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just like luck just down on you, right?
Mhm.
So she passes away, and now you have a child, right? Let's talk
Uh-huh.
about you and how that happened, and if you've seen him, like, do you support him? Like, let's talk about that. Before you answer that, Montana, thank y'all for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget at the end of this, you guys can come up and support him and talk to him, ask questions. So, Montana,
Mm.
so now she passed away. Are you locked? You're locked up now at this point?
No, I'm not locked up. This was before I got locked up.
Okay, so
But so with my child's mother, you know how it is, you partying and you partying and stuff, and then you got females that, when you out, that be trying to shoot their shot and stuff like that.
yeah,
And I don't know if it's appropriate to say it on here.
go ahead.
Basically one night stand,
Okay, it happens.
and she ended up getting she called me and told me that she was pregnant or whatever.
Okay,
And I told her, I'm here for you, um, for you to do whatever you got to do, because that wasn't how I was raised.
mm-hmm.
So
So what did you have? So she kept the baby,
uh,
and during that time she was pregnant. Did you get locked up, or did the baby come before you got locked up?
I got locked up, and then the baby was born like 2 months after I got locked up.
2 months after you got locked up. So your baby's born, boy or girl?
Oh boy.
So you have a son, and 2 months later he's born. And so has mom brought him to see you? Have you seen your son?
No.
You have not seen him at all. Have you talked to mother? Do you talk to them?
I don't, because she a little crazy or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
She a type that, if I don't send her no money when she wants it for her personal things, she calls and reports me.
But you're incarcerated. Okay. That's a whole nother story. So she's wanting, so you have not physically seen your son since your son was
Mhm.
born. How old is your son today?
He's 13 years old.
He's 13 years old and you've never seen him.
Mm.
Does he know you? Does he know who you are?
Yeah, he know who I am. Yeah, you know who I am.
All right. So you talked about you reached out to some of your siblings and asked them for money. So you're just you're incarcerated and you have nobody showing up for you. Haven't seen your mom and dad in 12 years, 12 and a half years. Haven't seen your siblings in 13 years. No money coming in. Nobody supporting you. There was a young lady that you were
Well,
talking.
well, my mom, one
Uh-huh.
thing, my mom, she never come see me, but she send me a couple of dollars if I ask.
Okay. So
But
she,
I was the type, I don't care about the money. I needed emotional support.
right. Right. Did your mom ever say why she didn't come? Do you think it's too hard for her?
We just had this conversation about a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, everything changed. I ain't, everything changed. I can't move like how I used to move no more. And that I can't. I don't like coming to see you like that and leave you back there when I come.
I get that as a mother,
But
but
it'd have been, I could see that within the first 2 or 3 years. But
yeah, but
a
I'd
whole
have to,
decade and almost a half.
yeah, I'd have to show up. So does your mom know you have a son, and have they met your
Uh huh.
family or met him? Yes. Okay. Okay. So then you start talking to this girl.
Hmm.
Everything's going good. Like you don't really have money. Let's I don't know which word would start with her first or start with your business first. So I'll
You can
just start
start.
here. Where you want me
Um.
to start?
Um. You can start with the business.
Okay. So basically you're in there. So now you're in there doing things was in past doing things to get money so you could wash your butt, so you could get canteen. And
Mm-hmm.
these things weren't really allowed, but you were doing certain things, taking risk to get more time.
Hmm.
And so at what point did you like, I can't do this? Like I got to do something different. What happened in this time where you were just at your lowest, nobody's putting any money on your books, you're out here taking risk and no you shouldn't be. What
Hmm.
happens?
Um. I knew I had understood the point where I couldn't call my mom and dad. You know, I wasn't gonna call my mom and dad every week for no money. I couldn't call my sisters and brothers to get anything, and uh, I had to make a move, and it
Mm-hmm.
had to be done as soon as possible because I got a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I ended up coming across um, a big sum of money,
Mm-hmm.
and when I came across it, um, I had to. I didn't know what to do at first, and I was watching some videos on YouTube about freight dispatching and
Mm-hmm.
learned the freight dispatching thing. So I started off um, opening up my business as a freight dispatcher.
Did you can like when you say a large amount of money, like can you say amount or you rather not?
500K.
So you came across 500K while you're incarcerated,
Hmm.
and you knew you had to do something with that money.
Hmm.
So did you teach yourself that just by looking at YouTube at the freight business?
Um, well, I was looking at something that could generate that type of money fast,
Okay.
and I knew the logistics was the way to go.
Okay. And so how did you get into, like, how did you get it started from in there? Like what happened? What's the story behind that?
What I did was I went to um, well, with freight dispatching, you don't have to be certified or graduate from no classes or none of that. If
Hmm.
you know it, if you know the basics of it, basically you bring your own skill and mindset to the to basically game.
Okay.
And so what I did was I went on the state government website to register for me a LLC,
Hmm.
and I had to pay like $150 fee
Hmm.
to start the LLC, and then like 3 or 4 days later they emailed me our certificate saying that
Right.
everything with my
Yeah.
business. So after that, I went to the RS website to get me a EIN number, registered my
Right.
business name to get an EIN number. And then after that, I went and used my EIN number to set up a business account.
Okay.
And so when I started the freight dispatching, I used to be on POF, which is like a Plenty of Fish. It was like an
Uh-huh.
app where a lot of people be live streaming at and
Right.
make money on. So I always was on there or whatever, interacting with people or whatever. So you have a lot of people that drive trucks that be live streaming while they're driving on the road. So I was going through lives and see, truck drivers that was on the road driving while live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, hey, I got a business, I got a freight dispatching business. You know, I want to, book your loads for you, and I can, you know, I had the routes or whatever because when I started or whatever, um, I was going on there finding women to work for brokers,
Mm-hmm.
work for different brokers. So when they get loads, they give them to me.
How did you get connected to that?
Um, well, one lady that I met on there, this the first lady that gave me an opportunity.
Okay.
She was from Florida, and she told me that she owned 15 box trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I started off in box trucks, and I learned the game, how to finesse, and all that within the dispatch. Because when you're a new dispatcher and you're calling a broker to book someone a load, they could tell by the way you talk that you new in the game, and they can run game on you
Right.
and basically give you the low ball you.
Right.
So I had to learn my own game of how to finesse them
Mm-hmm.
and how to listen to people and how the way they talk. So, like, say for instance, when I call for the book a load, and it may be 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So how it works is, say for instance, Amazon got a load going out, right?
Mm-hmm.
They call a broker to sell that load. So say for instance, if you a broker, Amazon probably give you $5,000 to
Right.
get this load out of here, and it's
Right.
probably going thousands of miles away.
Right.
So out that $5,000 is up to so out that $5,000 budget, you got to find an owner operator that will take that load, and the cheaper that you get it for, the more money you pocket out that
Right.
$5,000.
Gotcha.
So say for instance, when you call, like I call around like 2 o'clock, and they tell me about this load, and I tell them I'm interested in it, and they might go have it going for $800.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll tell me the details on the load, what it is, what's the equipment needed to transport it, the weight and everything, and where it's going. And he tells me that it has to be out of here by 3 o'clock,
Right.
or it's gonna sit for the next day. So boom, what he's telling me, he should have never told me that it had to go by 3 o'clock because now he got an hour to get it away. So now I use that as my power.
Right.
So, because now all the power is in my hand because I got the truck and you got to have it moved. So I tell him, I'm 5 minutes away down the road. I could come get it right now for 1,200. And he might tell me, hey, no, we can't do 1,200. We sticking to our guns at the 800.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, thank you. And I hang up in his face on purpose.
Oh, uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So boom, I give him about 10, 15 minutes later, he gonna call me. He calls me back. He'll call me back and say, hey, I'll take you on your $1,200 offer because it has to be gone within the next 45 minutes. I said, well, no, that $1,200 is going off the table. Give me 1,500 and I'll come get it right now. So it's something that's how you run your game.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's
So
how I was.
how are you going? So you're incarcerated.
Uh-huh.
Who are you connected to that's picking this load up in 5 minutes?
Well, the lady who owns the truck, she has drivers. So I'm in contact with their drivers.
Gotcha.
And when they give, I'm in contact with their drivers, so I'm the one who calling the brokers, getting their loads and telling them pick up and emailing them the rate cons and stuff like that. The rate con is basically the paperwork that you need at the security gate. It tells you what when you come to pick up and the time of arrival that it need to be picked up and the door that you back in and stuff at. It'll tell you.
Right. So you find you're owner of a trucking business.
No,
And
the
so
dispatcher.
of the dispatching.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And is that what you currently still are doing?
Well, both. When I was running those trucks for her, I saw how much money I was making her a week. I was making her like 9, 10, 11 grand a week.
Right.
And I'm only getting 10% of each truck that whatever each truck make that week.
Uh-huh.
So when I seen that she was what I was making her, I decided to buy my own trucks
Right.
and run them under my same dispatching company.
Right. And then who do you have drive? Because now are you still using her people to drive for you?
No,
So you have your now you have your own employee.
yeah.
So you started out with one truck?
I started off with one truck, and the first week I made my truck like 11 or 12 grand, and
The first week?
yeah, the first week,
Gosh, okay.
and I said I got to go get two more.
And did you do it?
Yeah, I did it.
So you got three?
Yeah, three.
Okay. And so each truck is making that much money a week?
Yeah, and it was
Okay,
during the time during the pandemic, so
right. So then you met a young lady that you have
mhm,
been in contact with, and
mhm.
tell us about that relationship and what happened.
Well, first one I met, she was live streaming, and I seen her daughter was sleeping in the back seat of her truck. So I put in the comments, I was like, "Is y'all sleeping in the car? Because I see all type of stuff piled up in the trunk and all this other stuff." So I was like, "Is y'all sleeping in the car?" And she was like, "Yeah." Um, Basically, the dude that I was staying with, you know, since I wouldn't sleep with him, he put me out.
Mm,
So I was like, "Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Uh, DM me your number and in this live right now and DM me your number." So so she did that. So I called her and I was
mhm,
like, where you at? And she was in Pasadena, California or something like that.
mhm.
And I looked up some hotels around that area and paid for her a room for a week or whatever. And
Aw,
I also told her, what room she got, all that stuff. I told her everything. They're ready for you right now, whatever. And she went there, and when she got there, I door dashed her some food or whatever for her and her daughter to eat.
aw.
And I told her, just hold tight, just give me a few days. I'm gonna look on Facebook Marketplace and see what kind of apartments or whatever open, and I'll get you somewhere to stay. And
Montana?
about 2 days later, I ran across a lady. She gave me her number. She was a commercial realtor where she was traveling to different states, doing business or whatever. And she had a city condo. It was
Mhm.
decked out, everything, high rise balcony, fully decked out. She said, I just want $1,000 a month. I told her the girl situation. She's like, well, just $1,000 a month, and I got a room for her. I come home probably once a week and
Mhm.
stay there, and I don't mind her being there. And she had lights. Um, the she had the lady was paying the light bill, had Wi-Fi, all appliances, washer, dryer,
Right,
and everything in there or whatever. Only thing she wanted was 1,000 a month,
right.
basically for free, basically. So
Mhm.
I paid her up. I paid her up for 6 months, and I told her, you need any food or whatever. She was like, no, I get food stamps. I could cover the food. And I was like, what happened to your daughter? Do your daughter have anything or whatever? And she was like, no, all the stuff was left in the house. All her toys and stuff was left in the house. I grabbed clothes that I could grab. So so I cashed out her $500, to get her daughter a tablet and some little stuff to play with or whatever. Her car note, I paid that up for a couple of months as well, insurance so she could have a vehicle. And I told
Dang.
her, I said, you should be straight for the next 6 months. Now you should be looking for a job and stack your paychecks or whatever.
Right.
I was calling her, checking on her periodically to see what's the progress with her. And her baby daddy answered the phone and told me to start calling.
So was she really homeless?
Well, she was staying at the place.
She was staying at the place you gave her,
Hmm.
you got her?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so baby daddy came in and started staying with her?
Uh, I don't know what happened because I was just checking on it periodically. I guess they got back together.
Well, dang.
So boom, I told her, I told her it was all good. You know what I'm saying? So a couple of months after that, she hit me up out the blue and told me that she was moving from California, going back to Gary, Indiana, where her family at. And she was like, I need help getting my car shipped to Gary, Indiana. I said, that ain't my problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then after that, um, another woman or whatever, with her, uh, she was going to, um, she had ended up losing her job. And when she lost her job, um, I told her, because, I was knowing her until the day she lost her job.
Mm-hmm.
And when she lost her job, she was telling me that, I got to find somewhere, to I got to find somewhere to work because I got rent due and all that. And I was like, I thought you said you always want to go to school or whatever. Why you want to just follow your dream? Why you going somewhere that you really don't want to be? She
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, I want to finish up with my PhD or whatever. Because she had a master's or whatever. She wanted to finish up with her PhD or whatever. Because the job she was working at was a good job. She worked it for she was I think she was a VP of
Whoa.
a VP of a pharmaceutical company or something
Okay.
like that.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, why don't you just find a job that you want to be at instead of working somewhere you really don't want to be and you're struggling or whatever. She was like, well, I want to go back and finish up my get my PhD. So I was like, well, go ahead and do that. And she was like, well, I can't because I got to work. I got 3 little girls or whatever. So she was like, so I told her, I was like, well, go to school and get your PhD. I'll take care of everything. Because she was my friend for a while.
Okay.
So I said, when you look out, well, I said, quite sure when you get good, you will look back out for me if I need you. And so she went to the University of Vanderbilt, which is in Tennessee, to get
Mm-hmm.
her PhD or whatever. And she ended up graduating last, well, it's a whole new year, the year before last, December. And when she graduated, just I was taking care of everything, making sure the kids great, had back to school clothes and all. So when she graduated that December with her PhD, she was working a little odd job until to like because she had got a job when she put in an application. She put in an application to work at the University of Texas. To
Mm-hmm.
teach she was going to be teaching business administration at the University of Texas. So she ended up getting a job. They was going to pay her $380,000 a year to teach
Mm-hmm.
at the
Well,
school or whatever.
mhm.
So she wasn't going to start until the summer semester or the summer school.
Right.
So when she got the job and started, to the day she started, the first day she walked in her job, that's when she cut because she no longer needed me no more because she was going to be making over 300,000 a year.
Dang, Montana. So what about your son? How do you take care of him, and do you give it to his mama? How does that work?
I usually give it to my mom because I don't give nothing to her. Because if I give it to
Right.
her, she's gonna be he
Mm-hmm.
would never see it. So I usually give it to my mom and stuff.
Okay.
And she'll go ahead and get the stuff and then
And get
take it
it.
to him.
Okay.
And some of the stuff that she didn't give to her, she hold it at the house. And when he come there, the stuff he
Oh,
wear for
good.
there.
That's good. And but nobody's bringing him to see you. Has he asked to come see you, or do you want him there to see
Um,
you?
I always want to come see him or whatever, but no.
Okay. So you talked about some mental stuff. Like what? Let's talk about that.
Um, well, I always was going through it throughout the years because I always had all the money that I wanted. I could get, anything that I wanted, and I wasn't happy because I always wanted uh, a loyal companionship.
Yeah.
To have, to do things with,
Right.
and at that point, I wished, I think when I was on your show the other night, that's why I was saying that, I'd rather have someone that helped me build everything from the beginning,
Yes. Yeah.
and I just wish I had that.
Okay. And so it's causing like your mental health to deteriorate, or.
Uh, yeah, because of the visit situation, and
Mhm.
then what really blowed it up top was with my brother.
Oh yeah, of course. With losing him.
Mhm.
And
And
so go ahead.
and then when I was thinking about, my teenage years, with my mama's sisters or whatever, um, my mama's sisters and brothers, they was the sedity type people because it was they very wealthy, and it was the mental abuse. Like it seemed like everything that I did as a teenager, like joining the military, it wasn't
Mhm.
because I wanted to. It was
Mm.
because I wanted to make them be proud of me for something.
Oh, yeah. Is there any like can you get like are there counselors there? Is there somebody that can help you with that? You know,
Um, they have some here, but the ones they have here, they need counseling.
uh, I'm wondering if there's somebody like I don't know, like I could help you get connected to. I don't know. Would you
But
talk to somebody on the phone?
uh, everybody in junior, and so like I said, um, when I joined the National Guard, it was to make my aunts and uncles happy, and that still wasn't happy. They still wasn't happy with that. So my MOS in the military was a water treatment specialist, which is water purification.
Uh-huh.
So I ended up getting a job um, in my hometown for the city public works
Uh-huh.
as the city water treatment specialist. Um, my aunt was, I had some issues with my car at the time, so I was using my aunt next door vehicle, and she ended up wanting it back or whatever, and I ended up losing that job. And that was a
Mm.
good job. I was getting all the state benefit because it was a state job. I was getting all the state benefits, um, all the and was getting a good salary. And I ended up losing it because she took her car away. Like you
Oh.
want me to do good, but you're tearing me down at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Well, I mean, I just feel like for your mental health, like there's got to be something that you're somebody that you can talk to, even if it's not nobody there, somebody outside of there, right?
Mm,
That's a counselor that can help you through that because our mental health is important. And, you're already dealing with having to do this time and basically doing it alone. Like no one is
mm,
showing up for you. But we're here for you. We talk to you almost every day. So,
mm.
we want to be here for you. But there got to be somebody that maybe I could get you connected with. I don't know. I just want you to be okay. And I want you to be your mental health to be okay. So we have to look at maybe what we can do to help you there.
But yeah, so like with them, it was like if I had came the mayor of the town, oh, that ain't good enough. You should have been the governor. And then when I became the governor of the state, oh, you should be the president. It was never nothing good for them, and that was
Yeah.
what I struggled with the most.
Yeah. I think, and I'm not a counselor, but I've been in that realm of things, right? But I think that you have to do what makes you happy.
Mhm.
Like, right? It's no longer about what everybody else wants and it's about you. Because these few years you have left are going to fly by, and you're going to have to come back out here, and a lot has changed. You know what I'm saying? Out here. And so you're going to have to figure out what is your plan? Like, do you have a plan, for the next 6 years, like whenever it's time for you to go home? Like, what's your plan?
My plan was I wanted to get on the road for like the first year or two
Hmm.
um, on the trucks
Yeah.
and stack up some more money. And then
Hmm.
I want to build my own shop where I go around and buy like old junk semi trucks, old junk semi tractor, old junk tractors, and like old junk rusty classic cars that be sitting in people's yards and stuff like that, and restore them. Then have my YouTube channel of me restoring them, and then put them on a flatbed trailer and pull them on a semi truck and travel to like to Florida,
Hmm.
Texas, California, to different auctions,
And
and
so,
sell them and flip it.
okay.
So
And
now
with
I got revenue coming in from the profit that I'm making from the auctions, and revenue from the YouTube channel because everybody love to see stuff restored.
Yeah. And then what about your business? Keep your business
Um, I don't think I want to do this anymore.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well,
and
at
that's
least,
something, that I could leave, my son or whatever, so he
yeah.
could, generate wealth.
Yeah, of course. Of course. As far as restoring your relationship with your siblings and your parents, and well, you talk to your mom, but like, do you think that you would be willing to do that once you're home, or you're done? You
No.
you're done.
Like I can't come home and smile in your face knowing what you did to me and some of the things that you said to me. Never like I could come home, you know, uh, it'd be cordial,
Hmm.
but I ain't staying for long. Like if they have a family reunion, I come drop by for about 5, 10 minutes and I'm gone.
Yeah. Do you currently have a female that you're in touch with that is a possibility, or you left that alone as well?
Um, I have friends. I have a friend, one friend or whatever, and that's all.
And is this friend being loyal to you as you are to them
Um,
so far?
I don't know. Maybe yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, take care of yourself and get this time done so you can use. You got a whole life ahead of you, and it feels like you have a plan. But we were talking about loyalty, you and I, behind
Mm.
the scenes, and like I, I like you, Montana. Like, you know what I'm saying, and I care what happens to you. I don't want people to run over you and take advantage of you, because that has happened to you. I mean, just with your stories, that has happened. And then, just the stroke of luck has been bad for you. So we want you to be successful. I want you to really get some help for your mental health so that you can build up and be ready for this world out here that's mean. This world is so mean out here, which I know, like, there too, inside is not, it's not, you know, it's not luxury. And
Just like I tell my mom, I said 2 years after I come home, I told her a year after I come home, a year and a half after I come home, I'm gonna be a millionaire, and I told her that, and I already know that I am because I
yeah,
know.
I've never heard, and it probably is more than you, but I've never heard somebody incarcerated that started their business, a legal business, and make it
See,
one of my.
when I started that, um, when I was hiring or whatever, um, I had um, I had ADP, which is a private accounting company that
Oh,
handles
uh-huh.
payroll,
Uh-huh.
um, and taxes and all that, and that's who I was with to handle my payroll.
Okay. Okay. That's good. I was wondering like how did that work? And then
And
that
then
was
even though that I was the owner, I had myself as an employee so I
right.
could build credit. So not only that, but I'm building my credit too, so to be prepared to be out there.
That's good. So you have a plan, you have your head on right, you know, things happen. It was just a fluke accident that you're even there, you
Mhm.
know. So we wish you nothing but the best. We're going to allow people to come up and talk to you or say what they want to say or ask you questions if that's okay with you.
That's cool.
So anybody that wants to come up, I just dropped the link. We appreciate you sharing your story with us. And I think for me, like family is everything. And it's a disappointment to hear that you have so many siblings and nobody could just show up for you. Like there's 10 of y'all, what something like that. Can 5 of
Mhm.
y'all show up for me? Like, right? Because I know for me, like I'm there for everybody in my family. I don't care. That's just who I am.
And
And
even struggle with suicide attempts and stuff like that, and
yeah, you
throughout the
need
years.
support. Yeah. So you've had struggle with thinking about just being over. And then what caused you or what kept you from doing that?
Um, to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm gonna be uncut and raw.
Mhm.
See, like none of the stuff that I tried would kill me. It just get me sick. It never killed me.
Wow. So guess what that means? God does not, he's not, you're here for a reason. And so just know like I know you don't know us personally, but we're here for you. Like I'm gonna speak for me and they can speak for themselves. But I'm here for you. Like we can be here and have fun here. Like I don't want nothing to happen to you. I don't want you to think about those thoughts. I just
Mhm.
want you to like start preparing. It's now you're on the down slope, right? So start
Yeah.
preparing yourself to come home and be the very best person you can be. You've been good to people, even in your incarceration when people are not good to you. So you'll be blessed for that. Just be a good person overall,
And then
right?
another thing was, I did things, for my parents as well, you know, and just to try to make myself feel like I was home, a part of the family, and um, seeing them live for Thanksgiving and Christmas, on Facebook and stuff, and none of them message me and tell me Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving. None of them
Mm-mm.
tell me Happy Birthday,
When's your birthday?
February 3rd.
February 3rd. Sorry to hear it. But this is just this all what don't kill you makes you better, you know, makes you stronger. So just hang in there. Hang in there. It's gonna be okay. You're getting these years are gonna fly by and you're gonna be on your way. And then you get to make decision of who you want in your life and who you don't. But I mean, I feel like will you get out and then go where your son is and get him and try to build that relationship with him?
Yeah, because he needs some work.
Yeah, does he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
How often
he made, huh?
how often do you talk to him?
Um, well, Christmas, this past Christmas, he called me and told me the only thing he wanted for Christmas was a new iPhone, the new iPhone 16 or whatever.
Mhm.
And I ended up buying him one. And after he got it, he blocked me.
He blocked you?
And it wasn't his doings.
Oh, okay. I get it. Lord. Okay, well, thank you again for sharing your story and being vulnerable and um, for someone to die or a fluke incident like that, you wasn't meaning for nobody to get killed, right? And then you had to deal with that on top of everything else. And so just I feel like there's just somebody you need to just be talking to or can pick up and talk to when you need it. Cause like some days I remember you like, today I don't feel like it. Like, right. you having a
Yeah.
moment, so don't come on or whatever. But just know we're here for you. We're here for you. Anybody want to come up? Harlem, you coming up tonight? Anybody want to ask him questions or whatever? We're here for a few more minutes. We can have you guys come up. I did just drop the link. And if not, we can move on. We'll give them a few minutes, see if anybody gonna come up. There's Harlem.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
So,
Harlem. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for sharing your story, Montana.
oh, thank you, Harlan.
Yeah.
Montana, it's funny because he did share a little information with me one time. Me and Montana, we talk behind the scenes and what have you. So he was like the next day, "Oh, I thought you would have blocked me by now." No, I'm gonna block you.
Oh, so you know why, right?
I know.
Everybody else did him. I hate that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's sad, but I understand phases that you say family to you is everything, but some families are not like that.
That's right.
Mm.
That's right.
I mean,
Everybody.
you got to love them from a distance.
And there are some people, in my family, is like, if I'm going to be able to love you or even tolerate, I got to love you over here. Right. And it's true. I mean, it's not a bad thing because if somebody's tarnishing your life, then you got to either break all ties or love them from a distance. And that's what it seems like he's going to have to do for his siblings because it's jacked up. I think it's jacked up.
Yeah, it's
And
sad.
yeah, I
It's
think
sad how people are.
yeah, and I think that every family has dysfunction, right? We get that.
Mm.
But when somebody's at their lowest point and then they come up and they're like taking care of you now, and then you block them, or that you just have another man answer like you took everything I had until you didn't need me no more.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, because like I don't know all the dynamics of your relationships and what have you
And
with
that's just
everybody
two
in the family.
that I gave you. The other one um was a YouTuber, and I looked out for her. Her husband was a long distance truck driver, so he was always on the road. That's why she always had time to talk to me, whatever. And she went live on YouTube one night. This was 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting here watching you live. So I said, "What you doing?" Just to see if she was gonna lie, and she was like, "I'm asleep. Why? What's up?" I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm in the comments in the bushes or whatever, in the chat in the bushes, and I hear the man over there.
So you ain't know she was married?
No,
Oh. How many more, Montana?
so I had screen recorded it or whatever, because I knew she was gonna lie when I confronted it to her, and when I sent it to her, she ain't had nothing to say.
Mm-mm. How can you? Because video don't lie. Can't let people run over you, take advantage of you.
What you saying, Harlan?
No, I was saying, like, I don't know per se the dynamics of everything of your relationship with your family, but how would they have taken it or how would they have felt if it was the opposite way around?
Yeah.
Let me tell you this right here, Harlan. If one of my brothers or sisters got locked up and I'm married, I don't give a care what my wife say. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have at least a budget where I'm gonna send my brother every month that should last him for a month, and I'm at least coming to see him at least twice a month.
Yeah.
If I can't come twice a month, I'm at least coming once a month.
Yep. Me too. Yep.
It only costs me what $10 to $15 to have money on the phone for him to call me. Whatever my wife got to say, you just gonna have to eat this because you ain't gonna tell me what to do with my money with my family.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's why like when I get out of here, that's why I always want to be, if I start a new family or whatever, I always want to be financially stable. And that's why you know, I'm always being business smart. to be financial stable. So you know how when you and your spouse have a little conversation laying down before y'all go to sleep for the night, and my wife could tell me was like, "Well, hey, baby, I want to go to Dubai for a week," and I want to be like, "Why you telling me for? Go book it. That's what we got the money for. That's what we make the money for."
Wow.
That's how I want my life when I come out of here, and it's going to be like that.
Yeah. Just prepare for it. Just prepare it that way. Just prepare it that way. Anybody else want to come up? Is Berta still up here? I know she said she was going to be on. Berta, if you're up, anybody else can come up on the panel and speak if you want to. If you had any experiences like this, want to share, this is the time to do it. We just wanted to take a night and just kind of back off of everything else we've been talking about and just give Montana some time to share his story. And just know we support you over here, Montana. And want you to stop letting people do you any kind of way.
Yeah.
I know you ain't letting them do it. Just be careful about who you talk to.
You ain't got to talk to nobody, to be quite honest.
At all. Just do your time.
Talk to me in phases.
Talk to us. Come on this show. Talk to us. We good. Make us laugh like you always do. Give us a hard time. Do some things to pass your time. Do you do in there? Do you work? Do they make you go to work there or whatever? Okay. Y'all just do whatever all day?
I used to work, and then how, I'm gonna be real with you. I got big headed. I never work for nobody again.
So then, are you still doing the truck stuff and bringing the money in?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So you were okay. So you are doing what you need to do to make it.
That's the only way I can survive.
Yeah. Is there any good time that you get? Like, could you get 2 days for one or any of that? Are you in federal?
State.
State. So is there any 2 for ones you get?
No.
Is it because it's a violent?
Yeah, violent offense.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you for sharing with us. It looks like no one else is going to come up tonight, and that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We just wanted you. I was interested in hearing what you wanted to share, and people will see this. They'll go, do the replay, and you never know who you're helping by telling the story because I didn't even realize that you were incarcerated. I wouldn't have thought that.
And the thing about it is, no matter what you do, you could be a medical doctor, you could be an attorney, you could be anything, and you could do something stupid for 5 seconds and lose your life.
See it? Things can change in a matter of seconds. It's crazy.
Well, I'm sorry. Let me plug up. Hold on. I'm still here.
Okay.
But yeah, you can lose everything in 5 seconds off of one split decision.
Yeah.
I done seen it done, and it always be the good people that get the book thrown at them, and the ones that shoot up neighborhoods and do all the robbing and selling dope. They're the ones that be getting off.
Yeah.
And they've been to prison 2 or 3. They've been locked up or went to prison 2 or 3 times, and they still get off.
Yeah. It's a bad deal. I hate it. But you're right. We just that goes to show, you got to be mindful about the decisions that you make. Like even in the heat of the moment, you got to think, okay, let me back up and handle this a different way. But sometimes at that heat of the moment, you ain't thinking about backing up and calming down, until it's too late. So anyway, again, I thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to go for tonight. We'll be back here live tomorrow, back to our hot topics and our tea. So I hope you guys will join us tomorrow over here. Wait, it's Sunday? We may go live tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, other than that, I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's night. Harlem, you got some good tea for us tonight?
You sure you coming on tomorrow? You don't want to stay with the family?
I was going to say tomorrow's Sunday. I might not be on here tomorrow. I think I'm gonna start taking Sundays off and not do Sundays because I mean they are looking at me upside my head like every night for real.
I already know.
So probably Sundays will be just a day off. Since I'm even, so and I may pick another night during the week, but right now I'm on a mission, right? And the more consistent it is, we can get there. But I think Sundays will do us just fine because I'll be posting my shorts. So we'll probably skip tomorrow, and then just be back here Monday. And in that time, I hope that you guys have a good night, have a good Sunday, and I'll see y'all back here on Monday.
Okay.
Right,
Good night, y'all.
Good night,
All right.
y'all. Thank you for coming.
All right.
Thank you, Montana.
You're welcome.